What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Canadian Football Fantasy Fix for Week 9 of the 2021 CFL season. I'm Ryan Coop here with your first depth chart update of the week. The first game of week number 9 comes Tuesday night between the Edmonton Elks and the Ottawa Red Blacks. So you're going to need to get parts of your lineup set early if you want any players from this game. The other games later in the week, you can make some lineup adjustments based on those later on once we have those depth chart updates. But you got to lock in the players from either Edmonton or Ottawa before kickoff on Tuesday night. And I'm here to go through the depth charts for this game to help you get all set. If you missed it, go back, check out. I've got positional previews for every position: quarterback, running back, wide receiver, and defense. Those are up on the channel earlier today already, so you can take a look through those as I go through all the options at each position to help you set your lineups for week number 9. Let's dive into the depth charts for Edmonton and Ottawa, and let's start with the Elks here. Trevor Harris missed last game 2 weeks ago, was placed on the 6-game injured list with neck issues, and all of a sudden this week was pulled off the 6-game injured list, was a full participant in practice for a couple of days, but is not quite ready to go this game against Ottawa. He is not on the game day roster. It is Taylor Cornelius making his second straight start at quarterback with Dakota Prukop as his backup. I like Cornelius as a play this week at $5,000. He did throw some not so great interceptions in his last game when he played Winnipeg, but I thought he made some good throws. He used his legs well. And he's $5,000. He's facing an Ottawa team that has given up a lot of points this year. I do like him coming off a bye week with an extra week of being able to review game film from his first start. So I like Cornelius as an option at quarterback. He'll have a great option helping him out at running back. James Wilder Jr., always one of the top fantasy options at the running back position, gets the start again this week, of course. And at wide receiver, you've got Darrell Walker, Greg Ellingson, Shai Ross, Mike Jones, and Tavon Smith as the starters. Jalen Tolliver as a backup to Shai Ross, and notably no Ernest Edwards this week. He is out of the lineup. Tavon Smith gets the start in his place at receiver. And Terry Williams draws back into the lineup this week and will be handling the return duties as he did earlier in the year. He will also slot in as the third-string running back behind Wilder Jr. and Walter Fletcher. The Elks will also notably be missing one of their top offensive linemen, with David Beard out on the COVID protocol list this week, so he will be replaced at the center position. And then on the defensive side of the ball, most notably, they do get a big piece back in Kwaku Boateng, who did miss last game, but is back on the defensive line. One of the best pass rushers in the CFL. Looking at the Ottawa side of things, most notably the changes this week is we have 2 rookie quarterbacks dressing for the Red Blacks. Caleb Evans and Taron Christian will be the 2 quarterbacks. Evans gets the start. Matt Nichols and Dominic Davis both placed on the 6-game injured list, so it will be these 2 guys and the new piece they brought in as well, Devlin Hodges, good old Duck Hodges as they call him, will probably be the 3 quarterbacks we see them rotating between, and maybe finding one that hopefully sticks and brings them some success in the next little while. Caleb Evans gets the first chance. He also comes in at $5,000 this week. I have no idea what to expect from him. We have not seen him play a CFL game. Can he turn things around for this Edmonton offense? It's certainly a tall task. They're always not very productive. The offensive line there is not particularly fantastic, I would say. I think they do have some talented options at receiver and running back, though, that could help him out, and I wish him nothing but success in his first CFL start and would love to see a big game from Caleb Evans. He'll have Timothy Flanders at running back, Brendan Galanders as the backup at that position. At wide receiver, you've got R.J. Harris, Ryan Davis, Anthony Coombs, Kenny Stafford, and Nate Bahar as your starters. Devontae Dedmon, a backup behind Ryan Davis. Daniel Peterman, a backup behind Nate Bahar. So no changes offensively according to the depth chart from the week before for the Red Blacks on a bit of a shorter week besides the quarterback position. And, of course, electric Devontae Dedmon returning kicks once again this week as expected. Can he go? I believe 3 straight games with over 250 return yards. We shall see. The only thing notable on the Red Black side of things is, as it was pointed out to me on Twitter by @Berg162, supposedly DraftKings, if you play DraftKings, has it listed as both Flanders at running back and Coombs at slot back being out this week due to injury. I'm not 100% sure on where DraftKings has that info from. I have not seen it on the practice reports, the depth charts, the injury reports, or anything. So in my opinion, while I don't have any insider info of my own to refute the claims from DraftKings that these guys are out of the lineup, everything else I have seen seems to indicate that they will play. But I figured I would mention it just in case you want to take extra caution and not be burned by that this week. If they are in the lineup, I don't think Coombs or Flanders are going to necessarily have a barn burner of a day anyways with this Ottawa offense, but especially, going up against an Edmonton defense that has been pretty solid against the run, particularly this year. So if Flanders is, for whatever reason, not ready to go, Galanders will get the start, but from everything else I have seen so far in the past couple of days, I would expect both Flanders and Coombs to be in the lineup. So that's how things line up for the Red Blacks. Nothing notable, particularly on the defensive side of the ball, that stands out to me off the hop. Still missing a couple big pieces in Sherrod Baltimore and Abdul Kanay in that backfield that would really help shore things up there for them. So those are your depth charts for Edmonton and Ottawa. I think there are still some intriguing pieces from both sides, as I've mentioned. From the Ottawa side, I talked on the wide receiver preview. I liked Nate Bahar as an option. Devontae Dedmon is potentially intriguing always. And on the Edmonton side of things, James Wilder Jr. is a great play. I'm very tempted to go with Taylor Cornelius as a cheaper option at quarterback. And I think some of the receivers could have a successful day as well. So that's your depth charts to get you ready for Tuesday night's game. Make sure you lock in those lineups for that. And as I always say, make sure you leave yourself cap flexibility in these situations. Don't get yourself in a spot where, you're banking on a cheaper, say, running back starting for a game late in the week, and don't leave yourself enough salary to swap them out for somebody else if they are not ready to go. So make sure you leave yourself some cap flexibility. Don't necessarily spend too much money on and go too overboard on this game, and leave yourself a bit of cash for the later games. Or if you want to be crazy, if you want to go nuts, go on at all your picks from this game between Edmonton and Ottawa. Let me know how that works out. I have never quite done all of my picks from one game myself, but I know that it certainly could pay off if it is a high-scoring football game. That does it for your first depth chart update for Week 9. I will have another one out on Thursday for the Friday game between Winnipeg and BC. And then I'll also have one out on Friday for the Saturday games to help you make your lineup decisions. Do all the YouTube things. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you liked, what you didn't. If you have any fantasy questions, put them in the comment section or tweet them at me at CooperTrooper42. It starts with a K. The link to it's in the video description. And if you want to play CFL Fantasy alongside myself and other viewers, check out the link in the description to the Canadian Football Fantasy Fix group over on the official CFL Fantasy site. Play alongside myself and other viewers this week and every week throughout the 2021 CFL season. As always, thanks for watching. Take care. Have a good one. Bye.